to another installment of AA Computers and Technology. And today's garage sale day was very interesting. Unfortunately, we didn't find any computers, and usually when I don't find any computers, I don't make a video. But in this case, I found something really cool. It's sitting right over here. I couldn't put it over here because it's just way too big. But as you can see, I also bought a Rosewill, this is a PCI Express Wi-Fi card because I would like to switch it out with my MediaLink wireless dongle right here because I use that for like experiments, and then when I don't have it plugged in, I can't access the internet on this PC. And it just gets kind of frustrating jumping around trying to plug it into that PC, plug it into this PC. So it'll be nice to just have a dedicated wireless card in there. And I'll open this up, we'll take a look at it, and throw it into my PC to make sure it actually works. The interesting thing about this is, as you can see, it's actually all still wrapped up. So in brand new condition, bought it for $2. I think this was manufactured maybe 2 years ago. They sold these for around 15 to 16 bucks online. So that's a pretty good deal. But the thing over here is actually a better deal. Let's go ahead and take the camera off the tripod, and I'll bring you over here. And check this out. This is the Yamaha E313 keyboard. I picked this up at a garage sale today for $5. And as you can see, this thing is in pretty much new condition. I mean, it's flawless. There's one little scrape right here. And besides that, I mean, you can't tell that it's been used. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think these things still sell online for around 150 bucks, and it does work. She even threw in the user manual, which is awesome. That's always great. Music stand, power supply, and then the pedal for the piano. So, really great deal. I'm not going to resell this. I'm actually going to use this to produce some more intro music, which I used to actually make my own intro music until it just got frustrating because I usually just made it with my trumpet or the piano, but the piano's not working right now. And I haven't played trumpet for 6 months because of college. So this is going to be really awesome. I'm going to buy a piano stand, set it up over there, and hopefully get some really cool intro music put together whenever I feel like it. So really neat find right here. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, turn it on, and show you guys that it does actually work. We'll go around it a little bit more, and then I'll move back to that Rosewill video card that's sitting, or not video card, the Rosewill wireless card that's sitting over there. Alright, so my musical background is I was a trumpet player for 8 years. I didn't really touch a piano, and I definitely didn't use a keyboard. So some of my terminology is wrong, or I say something completely silly, go ahead and correct me in the comment section. Because I probably will say something ridiculous while looking over this thing. Because once again, not super knowledgeable on this. But we'll just go around, and you can check out the condition. You can see that little scratch right there barely comes out on camera. As we move down, I just realized I forgot to turn image stabilization on, so I'll do that right after this clip. It is a bit jerky, but as you can see, this thing is, as I said earlier, in near perfect condition. All the keys work great, and all the keys feel great. And I think this particular model had touch sensitivity on the keys, so depending on how hard you press down on it, you get a different volume of sound. We'll test that, of course, when I plug it in and show it to you guys. I'm just going to flip it over. Nothing really on the back. Interesting enough, I believe this model will run off batteries. Let me go ahead and open up the cover. Well, it looks like it uses 6 AA batteries right there. So that's interesting. I guess you could play the piano on the go if you wanted to, or whatever instrument you desire, because as you can see, there are a ton of settings right here. Let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. Just a ton. Goes all the way up to 482 different voices. So that is pretty impressive. Okay, so this is going to be the extremely awkward part of the video. As I said earlier, I'm a trumpet player. I'm used to 3 valves and manipulating my face to death. But as you can see, this keyboard has a lot more than 3 keys. However many keys are on this keyboard is going to make it very awkward for me to play it because I'm just not used to pushing that many things at one time. So it's probably going to take a couple takes for me to actually get something out. So you're going to see a whole ton of cuts in this video. And I'm not even sure what I'm going to play it, but once again, I really want to demonstrate the sound quality because it was just beautiful. Unfortunately, the microphone of this camera is not going to pick it up too well. And it doesn't even pick up my voice that well. That's why I wish I had an external microphone jack, but unfortunately it doesn't. And if this is their, I believe this is their entry line keyboard. And it just sounds beautiful. I really want to hear what the Pro Line keyboard sounds like because I couldn't imagine it sounding any better. I'm ranting now. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on, and I'll try to play something for you. Okay, so right here there is a portable grand piano button, and I heard that the portable grand piano function on this keyboard is just absolutely great. So I'm going to try that out right now. So we're going to select portable grand piano. Okay. And I'm just going to play something really simple because I don't feel like botching up on this clip. Alright, so I really like the organ sound on this thing too. And I tried to think of a song that would really go with that, and I came up with Pomp and Circumstance. And then I got really frustrated with trying to play Pomp and Circumstance on this thing because it's really easy on trumpet. So I think I got some of it. And the LCD panel on this is pretty cool because it shows you the notes as you are playing them. And I mean, I could spend all day on this thing because, as I said, there are 482 different settings. It is just crazy. But I'm going to try to end it right now. I want to mess around with one more thing, and that's the percussion set on this. There's actually, or drum set, I should say. So I'll mess around with the drum set, and then I'm going to move over to that Rosewill wireless card. And I'm going to try to play the percussion function, but I'm once again, I'm not a percussionist and I'm not used to this keyboard, so it's going to be really awkward. I can keep a pretty consistent tempo, so I'm going to try to stick with a simple rhythm the entire time just to demonstrate some of the features. Alright, so that was incredibly painful trying to get that minimal amount of music out. That took forever, and I'm going to have to edit those clips to death. It was a very embarrassing experience, and I hope it comes out okay on camera, because I'm probably going to look like an absolute fool. But I barely even scratched the surface with that keyboard. I mean, there are so many other functions that I could have demonstrated, but it would just take way too long. I might do an in-depth look at the keyboard. I really don't see a point, though. I'm not really sure how many of my subscribers would be interested in that. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to this Rosewill wireless card. I'm going to start off with an unboxing, so we're going to take a close look at the box, cut off this plastic wrap, and then open it up to see if there's actually anything inside. And the reason I said hopefully there's something in here is because I don't really trust people. I mean, I'm sure there is. I doubt they went to the effort to completely repackage this and wrap it up in plastic for just $2. I mean, that would be crazy. So I'm gonna cut this open. Oh, that sounds awful. I just scratched the crap out of my table. Oh my goodness, I probably should have been paying better attention there. But tearing off this plastic wrap is a pain in the rear end. Come on. There we go. Got all that off, and let's open this up and cross our fingers because I don't want to get ripped off. Okay, there we go. So everything appears to be in here. I can see the little card right here. You can see the driver CD. There's a little user manual right here. Probably won't need that. What is this? Oh, here's the two antennas. And then the card itself is packaged in this nice little anti-static bag, which it appears no one has really opened yet. So let's go ahead and pull this out. I went ahead and grounded myself real quick because the air is getting dry here and ESD is on my mind. So just a little safety precaution there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, and you can see that this thing is tiny using a PCI Express X1 slot, but it is a full-sized bracket, interestingly enough. You can see the 2 ports for the antenna. There are 2 LED indicators right there. Let me go ahead and change the focus around right here so you can get a better look at this card. So this is wireless LAN PCI card. And as I said, this card is a few years old, so it's lacking some of the newer things you would expect to find on a wireless card, such as support for the 5 gigahertz frequency. Let me change this, come on. But it's completely sufficient for my needs. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my system out and install this to make sure it actually works. But I have to wait for the render of the YouTube intro to finish, which is going to take like 5 minutes. So I will be back. I haven't opened my primary rig up in quite a while, so crossing my fingers and hoping that I do not find any surprises inside. Alright, so I am a complete fool because I swore that this motherboard had another PCI Express slot on it, but it does not. It only has one PCI Express X16 slot, and in this slot right here is actually just a PCI slot. So unfortunately, not going to be able to install it in my main rig, but I still want to test the thing out and make sure it works, and I'm sure I've already egged you guys on, so you guys probably want to see if it works too. So I'm going to bring out that Gateway A32 GM. Oh, this is cool. You know what I just found in the back of the antennas? There is a small form factor bracket, so I might use this with my web server because my web server is just using some really cheap piece of garbage PandaLink wireless adapter, and I think this would be much better for that. Once again, my network's pretty slow, but it would still be nice to have an actual network card in there, so I might do an upgrade video later. But I have the card in the PC right now, and now I just gotta put the antennas on. This card was manufactured before the release of Windows 10, and that is the operating system that is installed on this computer. If you saw my last video, you would know that we ran it on this Pentium 4 machine, and it is still installed on the hard drive. So this card should work with Windows 10 if it worked with Windows 7. This is using Windows' really widely used Realtek chipset, so heck, it might even be plug and play. Who knows? I really just want to see if this works. So if it's plug and play, I'm not going to mess around with the driver install CD because unfortunately the CD and DVD drives on this computer are non-functional. But the card is installed right there. Let me get a good angle. That's it right there. And if we come out here, you can see the 2 antennas sticking out the back. And as I said earlier, this card should be enough for what we need it to do. It has a 2.4 gigahertz frequency band, I believe. Yeah, it's 2.4 gigahertz. I just checked the box. And capable of up to 300 megabytes per second download speed. So that's pretty impressive for a card of this age. So I'm going to go ahead and power... Oh, that's loud. Power the system on. And we'll boot up into Windows 10 and see if it detects the card. You look at that. Right off the bat, the card is usable on Windows 10. Yes, if we installed the drivers, it might be a little bit more stable. I'm not going to use it long term. I just want to make sure it works. So I'm just going to use the generic drivers that are already here. But I'm going to go ahead and connect to a network and browse the web for just a couple seconds. Everything's looking good so far. I successfully connected to my network. I'm going to get out of here now. I cut that because I didn't want to show you guys my network password. So I'm going to open up Internet Explorer. Oh, excuse me, Microsoft Edge now. I'm just used to Internet Explorer on Windows 7, so, oh my goodness. I'm just going to go to my website real quick, and you can see that everything, all of the latest news is already popping up here. .aa. .com. Oh my goodness. Enter. And Paris is all over the headlines today after that brutal attack yesterday. Absolutely horrible. But as you can see, my website came up just fine, and let's navigate to one more webpage. www.youtube.com, obviously. and hopefully it's showing up okay on camera. And look, even YouTube's changed their logo to facilitate the France flag. And everyone's just uniting together against that, because that is just a tragedy. Alright, and you can see that the wireless card is working just fine. Alright, so that's going to be it for this installment of AA Computers and Technology, and overall I am very satisfied with today's garage sale finds. I'm sorry if some of you were disappointed. I know a lot of you probably want to see a full system, and if you never want to see a video, never ever want to see a video like this again, go ahead and post a comment in the comment section. If you guys really don't like this, I won't do this ever again, but I enjoyed making it. I thought it was fun. The keyboard was really cool. The Rosewill PCI Express wireless card was pretty neat, especially the fact that it was pretty much it was brand new actually. So overall, once again, very happy with today's purchases. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of AA Computers and Technology. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. See you next time.